Hi, Rabbi Jenny Solomon here from Beth Meyer Synagogue with a Mincha moment. I'm catching my Mincha moment waiting for my child to arrive from his bus. So sometimes a Mincha moment requires some creativity. But I wanted to offer this thought for inspiration on this afternoon during the week of Parashat Ki Tisa. So this week's Torah portion is very famous, of course, for Moshe going up on Mount Sinai, receiving the tablets written with the hand of God, and then coming down the mountain only to find the people dancing and worshiping a golden calf. Moses casts down the tablets and they shatter. And what ensues eventually is that Moses goes back onto the mountain and gets a new set of tablets. Lots to say there. But I want to focus in actually on what happens after Moses casts down that first set of tablets. Some people, it's easy to gloss over this part of the story, but some people may know. So Moses actually makes the people grind down the gold from the golden calf, and then mixes it in with water, sort of creates this watered down version of the golden calf itself, and then are forced to drink it. And so it's hard to know exactly what that was all supposed to do or mean, but it seems to me that it was some kind of negative, obviously, consequence for their action. For their rebellion, for their insurrection. But I want to suggest that sometimes negative consequences are not always the best way to learn. And I know for myself, sometimes I engage in habits or routines when I know I would be better off making a different choice. And even though I face negative consequences, I do it again. And so I wonder, and of course the Israelites prove this point, this particular incident is not the end of their rebelliousness as they move through the wilderness. So first of all, I just think it's interesting as humans that we are often slow to learn and often have to make mistakes again and again before we choose a different path. But in mindfulness meditation, mindfulness practice, and I think also in prayer practice, we have a different possibility, a different path for learning. And so instead of negative consequences and punishment, got some sound in the background, this should be interesting. We have the opportunity to notice what's actually happening, to investigate why that's happening, or what's happening in the body, or what's motivating that particular action, and then to find some kind of substitution or strategy that actually is much more adaptive and wholesome. So I offer that up as learning that, I'll wait for the truck to pass. As learning that I've been able to do in the course of my mindfulness practice. Again, whether you're sitting in meditation or you're moving in yoga or you're walking outside or you're in your prayer practice, is to, when you encounter feelings of regret or upset over something that you've done, some mistake you've made, something you've done not well, something that you want to change. First to notice what exactly is going on, what has happened, to investigate why that thing has happened or keeps happening, and then to see if you can find something else that actually is more sustaining, that actually is more responsive to the deeper need. And I know that for myself, that process of inner inquiry is very hard to do when I'm just moving on with my life in a quick and somewhat unconscious way. But when I sit and I pray or I meditate, I'm able to engage in that inner work in a more wholesome, loving, exploratory, and hopefully redemptive way. So wishing everyone a good rest of the day, a beautiful afternoon, and peace always. Shalom.